Hello, 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 everyone.
Hey, everyone.
So, what are we, first of all? What are we going to talk about?
But we are the 2026
Oh,
fix.
yeah, of course. I could just assume everyone knows that. Yeah, 2026
In
fix,
case you've got any
everyone.
new listeners out
Yeah,
there.
new listeners. I'm Mel.
And I'm Rita.
Okay, so what are we going to talk about today?
We're going to talk about my least favorite vegetable.
Broccoli. And eating the broccoli.
Mhm.
So, how do you eat your broccoli, Rita?
I don't.
I like mine, tender stem broccoli, make sure it's stir fried with some onions, put some garlics, maybe a bit of red chili flakes on there.
You know what?
Maybe you might throw in a knob of butter on there.
That is...
Don't think about the normal broccoli. Think about the tender stem, the darker one, or the purple one.
I just think pour onion, pour garlic, pour chili flakes.
Seriously, I need to blend some and put it in your smoothie. But no, it's not about real broccoli, everyone. It's about eating the broccoli. Basically, the stuff that you don't want to do. And that's your broccoli.
Because many people don't like eating vegetables, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And you should eat your vegetables.
You must eat your veg. You must eat your broccoli, Rita.
You can eat others.
Eat others.
Thankfully, God has blessed us with a range of veg.
Thank the Lord. Okay, so first of all, this quote, eating the broccoli, has come from one of our mentors, CJ Quinney, who has spoken a lot about broccoli. And the reason why we brought it up today is because it's hard, isn't it? Sometimes there's things that you just don't want to do, but you got to do it.
Yeah, and what we mean by that when we're talking about eat the broccoli is actually, as Mel said, is doing the things
that you don't really want to do.
You don't feel like doing it.
It doesn't excite you to do it. And this is the difference between being principle-led and emotionally led. So like I said, I use that term, I don't feel like doing it, but I know I must do it, because if I don't do it, then it's basically setting me back. It's also going to set the business back. We're not going to progress. And also, it's the stuff you have to do, like filing taxes. Not the fun thing to do, but you got to do it.
Yeah, definitely.
So, Rita, why is it so hard? What's the kind of thing about, why is it so hard to eat the broccoli? Like, what was it for you that was maybe in most recent times that you found quite hard, but you've done it anyway?
I think I've had a couple of experiences of that in the last few days. Yesterday, I had a session with a client, which was great. And then in the afternoon, 2 hours later, I was due to attend a meeting. And it was like, is it really important? I'm sure they'll record it. Maybe I'll just wait for the recording. And then it was like, Mel was like, no,
eat the broccoli.
Yeah, she reminded me of what CJ had said. And it was like, yeah, no, actually, I should be there, because it's something that can move forward the business. And so I was like, okay, I have to do it because I know it's going to be good. So I did it, and it was a really good meeting, and things have come from it to action, which are going to be good.
Good for the business, good for us.
And
exactly.
And also on Sunday, I was very tired. Really, I could have chilled in front of the TV all day, or actually just slept most of the day. But there was just something within me that was saying, yes, you're tired, but just get those dishes done. Yes, you're tired, but just get the bed changed and all this. So doing all the domestic chores. And before you know it, I was hoovering the house and everything. And it was like, still tired, but doing when tired. And I actually felt better because it was more productive and things were cleared.
Yeah.
So, obviously I'm not like trying to take over the podcast.
No, it's all right.
But
you had more broccoli to eat.
And this is a prime example of what needs to be done, but also at the same time knowing the purpose behind it and knowing that it will move you further ahead, but just by doing it, instead of sitting there thinking and feeling too much into it that I don't want to do it.
Yeah. And I think with that, and again, quite like for me, my broccoli is social media. Like, honestly, like if I didn't have to do that, I would not. And it'll be brilliant because there's so many other things.
We're going to get loads of emails now saying, oh, I can do this.
Oh yeah, I can do this for your social media. No, it's okay. Like, seriously. But yeah, but the idea here is that, though, like for me, social media, like for me, obviously some of my personal content was around my food, my like recipes and my cooking and stuff that I've been dying to do for so long. But the broccoli was setting everything up, doing everything in front of the camera, and just making sure that everything was placed well, because you want your kitchen to look decent and all of that. So all of that was just so tiresome, but I did it, and it was like, okay, now the real broccoli of that wasn't even the cooking, because I like to do that. But the real broccoli was putting it on social media, the editing, the putting it together, and then thinking of something fancy to say in your captions, and then of course going in with all of that. And then so it was a lot of broccoli there. But then I did it, and it was great to get some good feedback. So I had a couple of people like on TikTok that messaged, just commented saying thanks for sharing, and it was the most simplest like recipe. It wasn't even anything excellent, but then it was like, certain people just kind of liking it, and it was just nice to obviously see that feedback. But regardless, doing that was not the most the highlight of the day. It was like, oh, okay, now I've got to go and put it in. It was just like really moan and groan about it, but I did it. And once I've done it, and I said, well, at least I'm out there. I've got some content out there showing that
doing what
I
you love.
I do what I love, and I'm going to share it with you, because the whole part of that is obviously starting to move forward into like healthy eating and making sure you've got a balanced palate, etc. So that was part of it. And if I don't do it, then no one's going to get that education.
Yeah. And also, one thing about doing it and having to do it and not liking doing it is, I did a post recently, a video on my social media, if you want to check it out, at the Rita Hurry. Sorry for plugging my Instagram.
Yeah, at the Mel Hurry for the food stuff and everything else.
Yeah, but on Instagram, I did a video about when, instead of saying I have to, saying I want to, and saying basically to yourself, I want to because, and the reasons why doing it will be of benefit to you. Excuse me. And I gave the example of exercising. Those are one of the I have to's for many people.
Yeah.
Instead, turn that around and say I want to, and then because I care about my health, I want to be healthier, I want to breathe better, I want to lose excess weight because because of your health, basically, and because of being able to move from A to B, those kind of things. So in that way, that to me, that was something I wanted to share, because again, that it does come down to eating the broccoli. It's like, oh, I don't want to. I mean, I have to, but I want to get this result from what I kind of struggle doing. I think that makes sense.
Yeah, I think basically it's goes to me like to the stuff that I teach, basically like user stories. So user stories, like as a user, I want to be able to do X, and then it will result in Y. And that's basically what you've just said there. You've basically got a user story, and you've used that for the broccoli stuff. So it's like, right, I know in the back of my mind it's like, and I have to, but you're like, as a user, I want these results, therefore I have to do this. But then now you're turning it around to that I want to do this so that I can get X results. And that's quite interesting, because generally, like, if you think about trying to, you know, I used the example just earlier in this session, just about talking about filing taxes. It's like, I don't want to get fined by whatever HMRC, IRS, wherever your taxes due, whatever, and therefore this is what I have to do that. Technically, when you think about it, the time that you've taken to eat the broccoli might be half an hour, maybe 2 at the most. It doesn't really even take your whole day to do the broccoli. In actual fact, the procrastination, which
takes longer.
is the thing that takes the day, and then actually doing the action. If you just ate it and shut up, then we wouldn't have to, you know what I mean?
The example of taxes and even accounts every month is a case of, okay, I've got that to do.
But how long did it take us?
Yeah, I mean, it took half hour?
Half hour at the most.
Yeah, but it's also, it feels more clearer. It's like, okay, we know where we're at with our figures. We know where we're at with our taxes. And and it's like, that's done. We know the direction that we're moving, and we are moving.
Exactly.
So to me, not talking about broccoli as broccoli, but it is good to eat the broccoli.
Yeah, but no. I think the thing is that
if we didn't broccoli tablets.
Oh my gosh. But the thing is that if you didn't eat the broccoli, how would you get any clarity? How would you know where you're going to be unless you did the stuff that were arduous?
Yeah.
Or the stuff is like the admin, you know, you're not going to be able to say, but it's nice and sunny, so I want to go outside and I want to, I don't know, go for a walk, grab coffee and take loads of pictures about how nice my coffee looks. And then you're like, well, maybe if you just stayed at home for half an hour and just did your taxes, or you did your accounts, or you sent those emails that you've been meaning to send, or chase up, or attended that meeting or that webinar, whatever. Yes, fair enough. I know it might have taken away from your sunny day, but can you imagine the wealth of knowledge, the wealth of clarity, the wealth of direction that you would have obtained by eating your broccoli?
And you could still go out.
Exactly. And you can still go out and stare at your coffee and take loads of pictures of, you know, I did that and I did my taxes, or I did that and I did my accounts. Maybe that would be a better social media post.
There you go,
oh my gosh. Yeah, I need to actually go out. That's the thing. But with that is, that's the whole point. It's like, don't be scared of it. In actual fact, you're taking longer by thinking about it. And you said about the exercise as well. The amount of times, look, I'll be honest with you, especially in winter months, that, you know, you're all nice and cozy in your bed, and then you wake up and it's so cold, you haven't put the heating on yet, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, I've got exercise, and you're like, but if I stay in here just that bit longer, oh, it's so nice. And then you've spent 15 minutes still asking yourself that question, when you could have got up and got warmer if you exercised, and you would have felt so much better by doing it, because you said, oh, I ate the broccoli, I did it, and now I'm 10% fitter than I was if I stayed in bed, or 20%.
I think it really is a mindset shift. And it is like looking at it and being like, what you will gain from it if you actually just did it, and don't let your feelings and emotions take over.
Yeah.
Almost kind of, when you use your mindset to conquer it, get practical, thinking, okay, what are the benefits if I actually just go and do it?
Yeah.
And I think for me, that's why I love working out, is because I think about the benefits that I will gain from it.
Well, it's kind of like the same thing as going to work, and you might not enjoy going to work, but you get paid at the end of it.
Yeah. But it's like, you know, how does it sustain my life?
Yeah.
You know, not just for one day, but for, you know, for your whole life. Yeah. How does it build on that? And it's really getting practical, because we all can feel emotions. Our emotions go up and down. And if we let our emotions control everything, we're not going to really do anything, because we can easily just talk ourselves out of it.
Actually, your emotions are probably the least reliable feeling, if that makes sense. Your emotions are the least reliable emotion that you can use as the basis,
especially if they're negative and just comfort.
Exactly.
Like, oh no, like the bed one.
Yeah. But the longer you stay in bed, the more negative you get anyway.
Yeah.
That's something that I've experienced. So I've been like, well, no, just get up, because you'll go into a state of negativity, because you can overthink, because your brain's idle.
Yeah,
you're not doing anything. Yeah. So, but that's it, isn't it? It's like, so you need to get principally led or principle led. So yeah, it's really about
eat the
broccoli or your least liked vegetable. Just keep going.
You have to do it. So turn it into a want. Your mind will help you. Once you turn it into you want to do it, you'll start to find reasons why.
Yeah.
And it'll be like, yeah, because when we want something, it's so much more pleasurable to go and try and achieve that than saying, oh, well, I have to or I should. It's like that's heavy. That feels heavy.
Definitely, absolutely that. And also it's this point of, look, the sooner you get it done, the more you've got to enjoy after. So it's like, yeah, okay, you might have lost 5-10 minutes doing a really mundane task or whatever that might be, but at the end of it, you've just got more reward. Like you said, there's a risk of time, and you get the reward of having that result and that feeling of accomplishment, and saying, well, at least I don't have to revisit that task again for another, maybe it could be weeks, could be days, could be even months, or even a year if it's a yearly thing that you need to do. So yeah, so our thing is about eat your broccoli.
Yeah,
eat your broccoli, chew it, enjoy it.
Okay.
And think about, I'm going to make Rita gag in a minute, but think about the reward that it's doing for you. So again, quite similar to our planning and procrastination episode. If you haven't listened to it, make sure you do. Again, it's on Spotify, it's on obviously YouTube as well, and all your other major podcast platforms. But yeah, take a listen to that. Subscribe to us. Yeah.
Subscribe to our podcast.
Like, share, comment.
Yep.
And follow us. Okay, right. That's so eat the broccoli. Don't procrastinate. Just keep getting it done, and you'll be really happy with those results. So don't overthink it. Just do it.
Amen, sister.
Okay. That's Mel signing out.
And that's Rita signing out. Take care.
Bye.